Far away from Earth, deep in a galaxy filled with countless stars and unknown worlds, there was a planet called Velora. Velora was a beautiful place, covered in green forests, shining rivers, and tall mountains that touched the clouds. The people who lived there were not humans but an alien race called the Velorians. They were tall and graceful, with smooth, shimmering skin and bright eyes that seemed to glow softly in the dark. The Velorians were peaceful and very wise. They lived in harmony with their world, and their planet was ruled by Queen Nira, a strong and kind leader who cared deeply for her people. One quiet morning, as the Velorians went about their daily lives, something strange appeared in the sky. A small, bright light was moving fast toward the planet. At first, the Velorians thought it might be a comet or a meteor. But as it came closer, it became clear that it was not a natural object. It was a spaceship, and it was heading straight for Velora. Inside the ship was a human named Liam. Liam was an explorer from Earth, one of the many humans who dreamed of traveling to other worlds. His ship had been traveling through space for months when suddenly, a strong storm of cosmic energy hit it. The storm damaged the ship, and Liam lost control. Now, the ship was crashing toward Velora. With a loud roar and a flash of light, the ship hit the ground in the middle of a dense forest. Trees shook, birds flew away, and animals hid in the bushes. Liam quickly got out of the ship, breathing hard. He was tired but unharmed. The forest was strange and beautiful. The trees were tall and thin, with leaves that shone like silver in the sunlight. Strange flowers bloomed everywhere, and soft sounds filled the air. Liam took a deep breath and looked around. He had never seen a place like this before. He pulled out his small device and started to scan the area. His mission was to learn about new worlds and find places where humans could one day visit or even live. But he knew that first, he had to meet the people of this planet. Meanwhile, far away in the capital city of Velora, Queen Nira was meeting with her advisors. The queen was a tall figure, her skin shining like moonlight, and her eyes full of wisdom. She listened carefully as her advisors told her about the strange light in the sky. What could it be? One of her advisors asked nervously. Queen Nira did not answer right away. Instead, she stood up and looked toward the window. "We must prepare," she said calmly. "We do not know if this visitor is friend or foe." The city was soon on high alert. Velorian guards moved through the streets, ready to protect their home. Queen Nira ordered scouts to find the source of the strange light. Back in the forest, Liam's device beeped loudly. He had found signs of intelligent life nearby. As he walked carefully through the trees, he noticed that the plants and animals seemed to watch him with curiosity, but they did not attack or run away. Liam smiled. "I guess they want to see who I am," he thought. Suddenly, a group of Velorian guards appeared. They were tall and wore simple, shining armor that glowed softly. Their eyes looked serious, but they did not raise their weapons. Liam raised his hands to show he meant no harm. "Hello," he said in a calm voice. "My name is Liam. I come in peace. I am an explorer from Earth." The guards looked at each other and then motioned for him to follow. They led him through the forest and into a large, beautiful city made of smooth white buildings with blue lights that sparkled like stars. The city was alive with colors and sounds Liam had never seen before. Finally, they brought Liam to a great palace in the center of the city. It was tall and wide, with shining walls and tall pillars. Inside the throne room, Queen Nira waited. She sat on a high throne made of crystal that reflected the light in every direction. When Liam entered, Queen Nira stood up. Her eyes fixed on him with a mix of surprise and suspicion. "Who are you, human?" she asked in a voice that was strong but calm. Liam bowed slightly. "I am Liam, an explorer from Earth. My ship was damaged in space, and I did not mean to come here uninvited." Queen Nira's expression changed from calm to one of anger. "Why do you not leave me alone?" she yelled, her voice echoing through the throne room. "Why do you come to my world without permission?" Liam was taken aback by her anger. But he stayed calm. I did not come to cause trouble. I only want to learn and share knowledge. Maybe we can help each other. The queen looked at him for a long moment. Then, without another word, she motioned to her guards to take him to a holding room. Liam knew this was only the beginning of a long journey on this strange new world. As the doors closed behind him, he wondered what would happen next. Would Queen Nira see him as a friend or a threat? Could two very different worlds find a way to understand each other? Liam hoped so. He was ready to try. The room where Liam was taken was bright and calm. Soft lights glowed from the walls, and the floor was smooth beneath his feet. He sat quietly, thinking about what had just happened. Queen Nira's anger was clear, but Liam did not feel scared. Instead, he felt curious. What made the queen so upset? Was it just because he had come to Velora without permission? After a while, the door opened, and a Velorian named Sola entered. She was one of Queen Nira's advisors. Her skin shimmered like a calm lake, and her eyes were kind but serious. She sat down beside Liam. "We will take care of you here," Sola said softly. "But you must understand that many Velorians are afraid. They have never seen a human before." Liam nodded. "I understand. I did not want to frighten anyone. I only want to learn and help." Sola smiled a little. "That is good. But you must be patient. Queen Nira will decide what to do next." Liam spent the next few hours in the room. He looked out of the small window and saw the city of Velora. It was like nothing he had ever imagined. The buildings looked alive, with lights that changed colors and moved like flowing water. People walked through the streets with calm steps, some speaking softly to each other in their own language. Suddenly, the door opened again. This time, it was a guard who said, "The queen will see you now." Liam stood and followed the guard through long halls filled with beautiful art and glowing plants. At the end of the hallway was the throne room where Queen Nira waited. She looked calm now, but her eyes were sharp. "Sit," Queen Nira said, pointing to a chair across from her throne. Liam sat down and waited for her to speak. "Why did you come here, human?" she asked, her voice calm but firm. Liam took a deep breath. "I come from Earth, a planet far away. My mission is to explore new worlds and learn from them. I want to build friendships between humans and other species. I did not mean to come here without permission, but my ship was damaged, and I had no choice." Queen Nira studied him carefully. "You say you want friendship, but many on Velora are afraid. Humans have a history of war and destruction on your world." Liam nodded slowly. "Yes, that is true. But not all humans are like that. Many of us want peace and understanding. I want to prove that." Queen Nira looked at him for a long moment. Then she stood up and walked to a window, looking out at the city below. "Velora is a peaceful world," she said softly. "We protect our home and each other. If you want to stay, you must respect our ways." "I will," Liam said earnestly. For the first time, the queen smiled slightly. "Very well. You may stay in the city, but you must not leave without permission. We will learn more about you, and you will learn about us." Liam felt a wave of relief and hope. "Thank you, Queen Nira. I will do my best." Days passed, and Liam began to explore the city, always with a Velorian guide named Sola. She taught him their language and customs. Liam was amazed by how different everything was. The Velorians lived in harmony with nature, using technology that did not harm the planet. Their buildings were alive with energy, and their culture valued wisdom and kindness. One afternoon, while walking through a marketplace filled with colorful fruits and glowing fabrics, Liam asked Sola, "Do you think the queen will ever trust me fully?" Sola looked thoughtful. "Queen Nira is wise. She will judge you by your actions, not your words. If you show respect and kindness, she may come to see you as a friend." Liam smiled. That is what I hope. But not everyone in Velora was happy to see a human. Some people whispered and watched Liam with suspicion. They worried about what his presence might mean for their peaceful world. One evening, as Liam was studying Velorian history in the palace library, he overheard two guards talking quietly. "I don't trust him," one said. "What if he is a spy? What if humans want to take our secrets?" The other guard nodded. "We must be careful. Queen Nira is wise, but this is uncharted territory." Liam's heart sank. He wanted to prove he was different. He wanted to show that humans could be friends, not enemies. The next day, a surprise visitor arrived at the palace. It was one of the Velorian scientists, named Kiri. She was known for her open mind and curiosity. "Liam," Kiri said warmly, "I would like to work with you. I have heard about human technology, and I believe we can learn much from each other." Liam's eyes lit up. "I would like that very much. Maybe we can find ways to help both our worlds." Queen Nira watched this exchange silently. She was still cautious but willing to give this human a chance. As the days turned into weeks, Liam and Kiri worked together in a laboratory filled with strange tools and glowing machines. They shared ideas and stories, learning from each other's strengths. Liam showed Kiri pictures of Earth, with its vast oceans, mountains, and cities. Kiri explained the Velorians' deep connection to their planet and how they used energy in gentle, smart ways. One evening, as Liam returned to his room, he saw Queen Nira waiting for him in the hallway. "You have made progress," she said quietly. "But this is only the beginning. Velora faces challenges, and we will need to decide if humans can be part of our future." Liam looked into her eyes and nodded. "I am ready, Queen Nira. I want to help in any way I can." The Queen smiled softly. "Good. Tomorrow, we will begin a new chapter for you, for Velora, and for all who dream of peace between worlds." The morning sun shone brightly over Velora, casting soft light on the city's white buildings. Liam woke up feeling hopeful. He had been given a chance to stay and learn, but he knew that trust had to be earned. Today was important. Queen Nira had called for a meeting in the palace's main hall. Liam was nervous but ready. As he walked through the halls with Sola, his guide, he saw Velorians gathering. Some looked curious, others cautious. Liam wondered what the future held. When Liam entered the hall, Queen Nira was already there, standing tall and calm. Her eyes met his, and he saw not anger this time, but a quiet strength. "Today, we will speak openly," the Queen said. "Liam, you will answer questions from my council. This is how we understand each other." Liam nodded. "I am ready." The council, a group of Velorian leaders and advisors, began to ask questions. Their voices were calm but serious. They wanted to know why Liam had come, what humans wanted, and if they could be trusted. One council member, a wise elder named Torin, spoke first. "Liam, humans are known in many stories as a proud and sometimes dangerous species. Why should we believe that you come with good intentions?" Liam took a deep breath. "I understand your worries. On Earth, humans have made mistakes. But I am here to show that many of us want peace. We want to learn from others, not to take or destroy. My mission is to build friendship and share knowledge." Queen Nira listened carefully. "What is it that humans hope to gain from Velora?" "Knowledge and friendship," Liam answered. "Velora is a beautiful world with wisdom I have never seen before. If we work together, humans and Velorians can help each other grow stronger." The questions continued, some harder than others. The council wanted to know about human technology, how humans solved problems, and how they treated other species. Liam answered honestly, admitting that humans had faults but also strengths. After the long discussion, Queen Nira spoke again. "Liam, you have spoken well. But words alone do not build trust. Actions do. You will be given a chance to prove yourself." Liam bowed his head respectfully. Thank you, Queen Nira. I will not disappoint you. In the following days, Liam began to take part in daily life on Velora. He worked with Kiri, the scientist, learning about Velorian technology and sharing some of his own ideas. He explored the city, always careful to respect the rules. One afternoon, while walking through the palace gardens, Liam and Sola talked quietly. Sola, Liam said, I feel like I am learning so much. But I also see the fear in some faces. How can I help them see humans differently? Sola smiled gently. By being kind and patient. Fear comes from the unknown. When they see you helping and caring, their hearts will change. Liam nodded. I hope so. That night, Liam looked up at the stars from his window. He thought about Earth, his home, and how different it was from Velora. Yet, he felt a connection growing between the two worlds. He was determined to make that connection stronger. Suddenly, news arrived that troubled the palace. A large storm was forming over Velora's northern region, a storm stronger than any seen before. It could flood villages and destroy crops. Queen Nira called an emergency meeting. We must protect our people, she said. But this storm is beyond anything we have faced. We will need new ideas. Liam stepped forward. Queen Nira, if I may, humans have technology that can help predict and prepare for storms. I can share what I know to help your people. Queen Nira looked at him with surprise. You would do this for Velora? Liam nodded firmly. Yes. I want to help. In the days that followed, Liam worked closely with Velorian scientists and engineers. Together, they developed plans to protect the villages. They built barriers to stop floods and created early warning systems using both Velorian energy and human technology. Queen Nira watched as Liam worked tirelessly. Her respect for the human grew. For the first time, she saw not an enemy but a potential ally. One evening, as they stood on a balcony overlooking the city, Queen Nira spoke softly. Liam, you have shown courage and kindness. You may not be from Velora, but you have become part of its story. Liam smiled. Thank you, Your Majesty. I feel honored. As the storm approached, the city prepared. People moved quickly but calmly, trusting the plans that had been made. The storm hit hard, with strong winds and heavy rain. But thanks to the combined efforts, damage was limited. No lives were lost. After the storm passed, Velorians and Liam worked together to help those affected. The people saw the human not as a stranger, but as a friend who had helped save their homes. Queen Nira stood before her people and said, Today, we faced a great challenge. Together, we overcame it. Let this be the beginning of a new friendship, one that crosses the stars. Liam looked at the crowd and felt a warmth in his heart. He had come a long way from Earth, and now, he was part of something greater. That night, as the city returned to peace, Liam sat with Sola and Kiri. They talked about the future. Velora and Earth are very different, Sola said. But together, we can learn much. Kiri nodded. This is only the start. We will face many challenges, but we will face them together. Liam smiled. I believe in that too. The storm had passed, leaving Velora's forests and cities soaked but standing strong. People in the capital moved with a quiet relief, grateful for their safety and the help that had come from an unexpected friend. Liam felt a deep satisfaction. He had proven that he was not a threat, but part of the solution. Still, he knew that challenges were far from over. One morning, as the sun rose gently over Velora, Queen Nira called Liam to her private chamber. The queen's face was calm, but her eyes held a serious weight. Liam, she said, the storm was only the beginning. Our planet faces other problems, ones that could change Velora forever. Liam listened closely. What kind of problems? There is a sickness spreading in the northern forests, Queen Nira explained. It affects the plants and animals, weakening them. If it spreads, it could harm our entire ecosystem. Liam frowned. That sounds very serious. On Earth, we have ways to study and stop sicknesses in plants and animals. Maybe I can help. Queen Nira nodded slowly. We will need all the help we can get. Will you work with our scientists again? I will, Liam promised. In the days that followed, Liam joined a team of Velorian scientists and healers. They gathered in a large laboratory filled with glowing tools and strange plants in glass containers. Kiri, the scientist who had become Liam's close friend, explained what they knew. The sickness started small, Kiri said. But it is spreading fast. We do not understand it fully. Liam studied the plants carefully. On Earth, we use microscopes and special chemicals to find out what causes sickness. Maybe we can try that here. The Velorians showed Liam their own tools, which were powered by energy drawn from the planet itself. Liam combined his knowledge with theirs, working late into the night. Slowly, they began to understand the sickness. It was caused by tiny organisms, invisible to the eye but strong enough to harm the plants. Liam suggested using natural remedies, inspired by Earth's medicines, mixed with Velorian energy to heal the forests. Queen Nira visited the lab often, watching the team's progress. She asked questions and offered advice, showing that she trusted Liam more with each passing day. Outside the lab, life in the city continued. Liam walked with Sola through the streets, watching children play and merchants share stories. The people had started to accept him as part of their world, though some still held doubts. Sola, Liam said one afternoon, how do you think your people will react when they see what we can do together? Sola smiled softly. I believe they will be amazed. But trust takes time. Actions like this will help build it. Liam nodded. I want to do more than just help. I want to show that humans and Velorians can truly be friends. As the days passed, the healing project grew. Liam and the Velorian team traveled to the northern forests to work directly with the sick plants and animals. They used special energy tools and natural medicines, carefully treating the affected areas. One evening, as the sun set over the trees, Liam and Kiri sat by a small fire, tired but hopeful. Kiri, Liam said, this work feels important. It's more than science, it's about caring for this world. Kiri smiled. Yes, Liam. This is how we show respect to Velora. And you are learning that well. Suddenly, a loud sound broke the quiet night. The ground trembled slightly beneath them. Liam looked up, alert. What was that? He asked. Kiri frowned. I don't know. Let's go back to the city. When they returned, the palace was in motion. Queen Nira met them at the entrance, her face serious. The tremors are happening all over Velora, she said. Our planet is changing. We must understand why. Liam's mind raced. Could the sickness in the forests and the tremors be connected? Queen Nira led a meeting with scientists and leaders. Liam spoke up. On Earth, when a planet shows signs like this, it could mean something is wrong deep inside, beneath the surface. We must investigate, Queen Nira said firmly. Liam, will you join our team? Of course, Liam answered without hesitation. The next days were filled with preparation. Liam and the Velorian scientists gathered data, studied the land, and used advanced sensors to scan Velora's underground layers. They discovered something unexpected. Beneath the surface, energy flows that kept Velora alive were shifting. These changes were causing the sickness and the tremors. Queen Nira listened as Liam explained, we need to find a way to balance these energies again. If not, Velora could suffer more damage. Kiri nodded. Our people's old knowledge may hold answers. We will combine it with human science. Liam smiled. Together, we can save this world. As the team worked day and night, Queen Nira watched with growing hope. The human who had once crashed on her planet was now part of the solution to save it. One evening, standing on the palace balcony, she looked at the stars and thought about the future. Maybe, just maybe, this unexpected visitor was a gift, a chance for two very different worlds to come together and protect something precious. The days grew warmer, and the light of Velora's twin suns bathed the city in a golden glow. Liam and the Velorian scientists worked tirelessly, searching for a way to restore balance to the planet's shifting energies. The team's hope rested on an ancient place known as the Heart of Velora, a hidden core deep beneath the planet's surface said to control the flow of energy throughout the world. Queen Nira gathered her council and the scientists, including Liam and Kiri, in the Great Hall. Her voice was steady but serious. "The Heart of Velora has not been seen by many for generations," she said. "But now, it is time. We must find it and understand how to heal it." Liam felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. The idea of journeying deep into Velora's core was both thrilling and dangerous. Yet, he was determined to help. The journey began early the next day. Liam, Queen Nira, Kiri, and a small group of Velorian explorers traveled to the entrance of a vast cavern hidden beneath a mountain. The cavern's walls shimmered with natural light, glowing softly in blue and green tones. The air was cool and fresh, carrying a faint hum of energy. Queen Nira turned to the group. "Stay close and be ready. The path is unknown, and we must be careful." Liam nodded and followed as they moved deeper into the cavern. The path twisted and turned, leading them through tunnels filled with strange crystals and pools of glowing water. The deeper they went, the stronger the hum became. After hours of walking, the group arrived at a vast chamber. In the center stood a large, pulsating crystal, the Heart of Velora. Its light pulsed gently like a heartbeat, filling the room with warmth and power. Queen Nira approached the crystal, her hand outstretched. "This is the source of our world's energy," she said softly. "But it is weak." Liam stepped forward, feeling the energy ripple through him. "What is causing it to weaken?" Kiri examined the crystal closely. "The sickness and tremors have disturbed the flow. We need to restore balance to the heart." The team worked together, combining Velorian energy technology with human science. Liam used his knowledge of energy fields from Earth, while Kiri guided them in channeling Velorian power. Queen Nira lent her wisdom and connection to the planet. Slowly, they began to repair the crystal's energy flow. The chamber glowed brighter, and the hum grew stronger and steadier. Suddenly, a sharp pulse shook the room. The crystal's light flickered, and a voice echoed in their minds, a deep, ancient sound filled with emotion. "The heart is alive," Queen Nira whispered. "It speaks to us." Liam felt a warmth in his chest. He understood that Velora was a living planet, connected to all who lived on it. Their task was not just science, it was respect and care. As the days passed, the team continued to heal the heart. Outside, Velora's forests began to show signs of recovery. The sick plants grew stronger, animals returned to the northern woods, and the tremors became less frequent. Word of their progress spread throughout the city. People gathered in the streets, hopeful for a brighter future. One evening, as the team rested in the palace gardens, Queen Nira spoke to Liam quietly. "You have helped save Velora," she said. "Your people have a place here if they choose." Liam smiled. "Thank you, Your Majesty. I have learned so much from your world. I hope Earth can be as wise as Velora someday." But not everyone was happy. A group of Velorians, fearful of change and outsiders, whispered among themselves. They worried that humans would bring trouble. One night, as Liam walked alone through the quiet streets, he heard voices behind him. "Why do we trust the human?" one said sharply. "He may bring destruction, like humans have done before." Another answered, "Queen Nira trusts him, but what if she is wrong?" Liam stopped and turned. "I am not here to harm Velora. I want to help, to learn, and to be a friend." The voices fell silent. Liam's words were simple, but his heart was full of hope. The next day, Queen Nira called a gathering in the Great Plaza. The city's people came to hear her speak. "We have faced danger and uncertainty," she said. But together, we have shown strength and courage. Liam is one of us now. Let us welcome him as a friend and remember that the future is built on trust and understanding. The crowd cheered softly, some still hesitant but many hopeful. Liam stood beside the Queen, feeling a deep connection to Velora and its people. He knew the road ahead would not be easy, but he was ready to face it with courage and kindness. That night, Liam looked at the stars, thinking about Earth and the long journey that had brought him here. Velora was no longer just a distant planet. It was a home, a place where different worlds could come together and learn from each other. As the twin suns set, Liam whispered to the night, "Thank you, Velora. For a second chance. For friendship. For hope." The days after the healing of the heart of Velora felt different, lighter, filled with new energy and possibility. The plants in the northern forests grew greener, animals returned in joyful numbers, and the tremors that had shaken the ground were now barely noticeable. The people of Velora whispered of hope and change, their hearts opening to the possibility of a new future. Liam felt a deep sense of belonging. He had come from Earth as a stranger, but now he was part of something much bigger. Yet, he knew that true friendship required more than just shared success, it needed understanding, patience, and trust. One morning, Queen Nira summoned Liam to her chambers. The Queen's eyes were bright with purpose. "We have done well to heal Velora's heart," she said. "But healing a world also means healing the space between worlds. You are the first human to walk here, Liam. The people of Earth need to know about Velora. Will you help me build a bridge between our planets?" Liam's eyes widened. "A bridge? How?" Queen Nira smiled softly. "A way to share knowledge, ideas, and peace. Humans and Velorians are very different, but our future is linked. You must return to Earth, tell your people about Velora, and invite them to join us in friendship." Liam took a deep breath. "I want to do that. But the journey back will be difficult. My ship was damaged when I came here." Kiri, who had entered quietly, spoke up. "We have worked on your ship. With Velorian technology, it is almost ready to travel again." Liam looked at her gratefully. "Thank you." In the following days, Liam prepared for his journey home. The palace buzzed with activity as engineers and scientists worked together to repair his ship. Queen Nira visited often, offering guidance and encouragement. One afternoon, Liam walked through the city with Sola. The streets were alive with music, colors, and laughter, a celebration of new beginnings. "Sola," Liam said, "I will miss this place. But I want to share Velora's story with Earth. Maybe one day, our worlds can be friends." Sola smiled. "That is a beautiful hope, Liam. And you have the courage to make it real." Finally, the day came for Liam's departure. The people of Velora gathered in the city square to say goodbye. Queen Nira stood beside him, her face proud but gentle. "Remember, Liam," she said, "you carry more than a message. You carry the future of two worlds." Liam nodded. "I will not forget." As Liam climbed into his ship, he felt the weight of responsibility but also a bright spark of hope. The engines hummed to life, and with a final wave to Velora's shining towers, he lifted off into the sky. The journey through space was long and filled with quiet moments. Liam looked out at the stars, thinking about Earth, the blue planet spinning far away. He hoped the people there would listen, would open their hearts as the Velorians had. When his ship finally entered Earth's atmosphere, Liam's heart pounded with excitement and nervousness. He landed safely near a city and immediately sought out leaders and scientists who might listen. At first, many were skeptical. They had never heard of Velora or the stories Liam told. But as he shared the knowledge he had gained about healing, balance, and friendship, people began to pay attention. Liam's words inspired curiosity. Scientists studied Velorian technology, hoping to learn how to protect Earth's own fragile environment. Leaders began to talk about peace and cooperation with other worlds. Slowly, Liam's dream of a bridge between Earth and Velora began to take shape. Back on Velora, Queen Nira watched the stars, waiting for signs that their worlds might truly connect. She believed that friendship between different species was possible, that understanding could overcome fear. One evening, as Liam spoke at a conference on Earth, a message arrived from Velora. It was a simple message, filled with warmth: "Together, we are stronger." Liam smiled, knowing that this was just the beginning. The years passed quietly, but with steady progress. Liam's journey back to Earth had changed many minds. Slowly, the people of Earth began to understand that the universe was larger and more connected than they had ever imagined. Thanks to Liam's efforts, a new hope grew, a hope of friendship between worlds. On Velora, Queen Nira watched the skies, often thinking of Earth and the human who had become her friend. The healing of Velora's heart had brought peace, but the real work was just beginning. Now, she wanted to build bridges not just between species but between entire planets. One bright morning, as Velora's twin suns warmed the land, Queen Nira received a message. It was from Liam. "The people of Earth want to meet you. They want to learn, to share, and to grow together. You are invited to visit Earth." The Queen smiled, feeling a deep joy. This was the moment she had hoped for. She gathered her council and spoke with excitement. "We will prepare for the journey. This is a new chapter for Velora and Earth." Preparations began immediately. Velorian engineers worked with Liam's Earth friends to build a ship that could carry Queen Nira and her delegation across the stars. It was a beautiful vessel, combining the best of both worlds: Velorian energy flowing smoothly through its core, and Earth's strong engineering shaping its frame. When the day came to leave, the city of Velora gathered once again to say farewell. Liam stood beside Queen Nira, proud to see how far they had come. "Your Majesty," Liam said, "this journey will change everything. I believe in a future where Earth and Velora grow together." Queen Nira nodded. "Thank you, Liam. You have been a bridge between us. Now, we build a new path together." The journey to Earth was filled with wonder. Queen Nira gazed at the blue planet from space, amazed by its oceans and forests. When they landed, a crowd had gathered, people curious and excited to meet the Queen of Velora. The visit began with talks and meetings, where Earth's leaders and scientists listened carefully. Queen Nira spoke of respect for all life, of balance, and of friendship. She shared stories of Velora's healing and the power of working together. Liam stood beside her, proud to see the walls between worlds breaking down. The people of Earth asked questions, eager to learn and to help. One afternoon, Queen Nira and Liam visited a school filled with children. The young faces looked up at them with wide eyes. "Why do you come to Earth?" a small voice asked. Queen Nira smiled gently. "Because we want to be friends. Because when worlds work together, we can protect what is precious: our homes, our families, and our future." Liam added, "We want children like you to grow up knowing that the universe is full of friends, not strangers." The children clapped happily, their hearts open to the possibility of a better tomorrow. Back on Velora, the news of the Queen's visit spread hope. People worked to build better communities, to protect their planet, and to prepare for future visitors from Earth. Liam stayed on Earth for some time, helping to build programs that would allow humans and Velorians to share knowledge and culture. The two worlds began to exchange scientists, artists, and thinkers, growing closer every day. One evening, as Liam looked up at the stars from his home on Earth, he thought about how far he had come. From a crash landing on a strange planet to becoming a symbol of friendship between worlds, it was more than he had ever dreamed. He smiled and whispered, "Thank you, Velora. Thank you, Queen Nira. Together, we are stronger." On Velora, Queen Nira stood beneath the glowing skies, feeling a deep peace. The planet's heart was healthy again, and so was the bond between worlds. "This is only the beginning," she said softly. "A new story for the stars."